It's time to thwip. What's up, guys? As always, I'm AJ, and welcome back to the thwip side. And before we get started with today's video, I just wanted to apologize. I haven't posted in a while, and that's because I ran into some health issues, but I'm all better now and ready to go. And today, the mailman was kind enough to be bringing me something that I've been waiting for, and that is the Fury Toys Ancient Power Samurai Animals Spring figure, better known as the Leonardo turtle figure. Been excited for this guy. But now the buzz that I've been seeing and hearing from all the dark far reaches of the internet who dared to buy this third-party not licensed toy say that he is a lot smaller than they expected. So and when I open that up, I can definitely see that he is, even without checking out the figure yet, just by this packaging, which the packaging itself is only just under 6.5 inches tall, or maybe right there. It is bent forward. Speaking of the package itself, a lot of third parties I've come to understand don't get fancy with their packaging, just a little box. Ancient Power, Samurai Animals Spring. I thought it would have said Samurai Turtles. I think that's what they marketed it as. 1/12 scale, which is odd because of the size. Fury Toys. Some nice like graphic here. Mystery, a lot of mystery going on. Probably didn't want to show much of a turtle. And on the back, that graphic just wraps around. Tells you what the toy is once again. Some warnings. No mumbo jumbo here. I guess this could be considered mumbo jumbo. So, and he also came with the custom kit for more illegal goodness. Or unlicensed goodness, I should say. Okay, so like I said, I'm very excited to check this figure out. I've been waiting for this figure for a long time, so we're going to pop him open and take a closer look right now. And here's Leonardo out of his cardboard and plastic prison. And I will say, yes, he is tiny. I just measured him up. I will do so again. So to the top of the samurai helmet, I'm going to knock him over. He's about 4.5 inches and close to, well, this spike is bent, but he's close to 5 inches at the tip of his little spiky helmet. So yeah, shorter than a lot of people thought he'd be, but doesn't mean he's a deal breaker. And we're going to take a closer look at him and put him through his paces and just see what's going on with this guy. So here's a nice up close look. And I will say, in this case, size doesn't mean everything because he looks awesome in my opinion. I think they did a beautiful job with the sculpting and the paint apps. I mean, I like all the paint apps on his like mouthpiece. The helmet, it's got all the rivets painted. It's got some dirtiness up here. The horns or spikes or whatever, the top of his samurai are soft. But everywhere, the paint applied here, in my opinion, is awesome. Just the different shades of green and the scale, like the scale texture. You can see that, just really cool. And then his undershell. He does have this soft piece around his neck. It's popping up a little bit on me, but nothing a little water can't take care of, get it to lie flatter. And he has like his straps going around with some shuriken. And it goes all the way around, but I won't spoil that. Up underneath his cloth piece, he has like some padding. Really nicely done. Then we come to the belt. Oh, and the strap is sculpted on. It's part of the sculpt. It's not a separate piece, but little things are all painted all around. The paint on the straps is good. The paint on this guy is awesome. And then we have a belt with soft goods here, which is nice because it helps get away, keep out of the way of articulation. Some more paint apps there. And again, more of that skin tone. I like how the lighter green is blended in with the darker green. Nice padding. The paint apps on his pads, it almost makes it look like real metal. And I like on how on all the straps you got the wash and everything. Try to get in closer. And I like how, because he is Leonardo, they take the blue from the turtle, from Leo, and put it into his wraps and stuff. And down here on his shin pads and things like that. And even nice paint on the feet and nice detail on the feet. Going to the shell. I love the shell on this guy. And of course, like I said, these straps are sculpted, but look at that shell. I think that's beautiful. So well done. So presentation wise, this guy, I couldn't be happier, especially for a third party company. They really knocked the presentation out of the park. Just really nice looking figure. As we check out articulation, I think he has some really nice articulation, especially for turtles. We know just the nature of nature of the beast, I guess. Man, I'm full of it today. There's usually hindrances because they are turtles, but he's got, well, because of the helmet, he can't look up that much, but that's okay. I mean, just obvious, but he can look down quite a bit, rotates. He can tilt a lot this way, but not so much this way wearing the helmet because of the pad. I will say, if you did pick him up and haven't opened him yet, be careful because some of the joints on mine were really tight. And I almost, before I started shooting, I was brave. I was going to do the hot water, but I said, now I'll see. He's got a single jointed elbow, and I was able to free them. And it rotates at the elbow, wrist swivel. And I don't know if that's a hinge or if it's on some kind of ball, but that will come into play later. We'll see more of that when we get into accessories, but that swivels. His hands are sculpted to hold his weapons, so you can't pry his fingers open or anything like that. And that will come into play as well. I think they did a really good job with torso articulation. I'm getting blurry on you guys, sorry. The torso from the lower shell all around, but the whole shell is connected to this upper piece, so you can get some nice twist, decent amount of crunch. I mean, most turtles don't crunch that much that I've come across. A tiny bit of arc back, but not much, and some pivot. His legs do kick out. They almost kick like out. And they do got a little rotation up there at the ball. And this is where they were really tight, down in his legs, but single jointed knee. And is where I came across with, he's got tons and tons of pivot, but his ankles do move, but this is where they were tight. You hear that click. They go back about that far and forward about that far. So that one I managed to get more, freer than this one. But yeah, so decent, like I said, articulation with him. So checking out accessories, he comes with 2 Kama, I think, or what they call them. And they're both the same, so we'll just check out one. But again, continuing that nice paint detail as with the figure, the wraps. Just really beautiful. Not too soft here. Not cheap feeling. And then I forget, I apologize what these are called, but he comes with 2 of those with that same type of paint detail. And then he comes with the real chain. 2 real chains. So they look like this with the weight at the end. I like the patina on that. And now what these do is you can latch them into these loops on these weapons, but I'm not going to do that for right now, because what happens is, the problem is, and it's a gripe I've heard, once you get these in and attached, the weight is too big to fit through the hole in his hand to hold his weapons. So what you have to do is slide it in and then attach it, which I think is kind of a pain in the ass, to be honest with you. So I probably won't display him like that anyway, but let's see how he holds some of his weapons. Like I said, you can't pry his fingers, they slide down. and they go right in. So nice. I just hope it's not too tight where it eventually rubs that nice paint off, because that'd be a shame. So yeah, really nice accessories, but wait, as they say in the game shows, there's more. I did show that he comes with the custom kit, and we'll pop this open and check it out. So in the custom kit, we get an extra set of hands that are like splayed out again, with some beautiful paint apps on them. So really cool. I like how they even did the fingernails. Really cool. Then to Katana again. I mean, I can't say enough about the detail and the paint they put on this figure. Really, really awesome. But those are in the sheaths. There's a look at this blade. If I can get it to go into focus. There we go. So awesome. And these can peg right back here. There's 2 holes. And just put them like so. Peg those right in there. Yep, no problem. Awesome. And then, last but not least, as if we weren't in enough legal gray area, as it were, we have the alternate head. So we have to get really close. And that is a really awesome head sculpt. To me, this is like what the newest live action Turtle head should have looked like. That's really cool. Love the paint in the eyes. Even the little nostrils. That would have been cool if we got something more like this in the live action. And then the back, the tie for the bandana, the ninja mask, is again soft plastic. Or soft goods. I don't like how mine is a little frayed. I might have to do some trimming so it doesn't get ruined, because I will be quite upset if it did. But yeah, really cool. And now he does look fantastic, all samurai'd up, but most people like me, I'm sure, bought him to be Leo. But there is a precedence, of course, of Leo in samurai garb. He's done it for years, since the original Playmates toys. But yeah, so right now I'm going to switch him over and check him out. And here's Leonardo with his more traditional head. Like I said, putting him more into a legally gray area. But I think this look looks fantastic too. I did choose to keep the soft goods, like wrap, scarf, or whatever on him. I just think it adds a little personality to the figure. And I think it looks cool. It makes him look a little bit more menacing and gritty, in my opinion. I will say I did see reviews where people said that the head sculpt was a little small for this head sculpt and put him out of proportion. But I like it, and it does take some getting used to, but it is not a deal breaker. And looking like this, all badass, I think looks fantastic in my opinion. And I really do like the scarf even with this head, because I just think it adds a little something different. And here he is next to a knockoff TMNT, a knockoff of the NECA TMNT Mirage Raph. And I just thought it just came to me when I grabbed him for this comparison. I figured it'd be kind of funny to have them both together. A knockoff and a third party. Well, I guess the knockoff is a third party as well. But anyway, I thought it was quite funny. I just found it funny that the 2 third party quote unquote figures that I do have are turtles. Well, I have this whole set, but I just think it's funny that I get into the shadowy realm of collecting with turtles. Appropriate though, they are ninjas. So as for the Fury Toys Ancient Power Samurai Animals Spring figure, the bottom line for me is that I couldn't be happier. When I first saw pictures of this guy going around before the pre-orders went up, I said to myself, wow, that could be one of like the end all be all Turtles. I mean, I wouldn't go as far to say that for Turtles, but it is a fantastic figure. And although he is quite smaller than we all thought, he's still beautiful. I mean, he's just beautifully sculpted, beautifully painted. He moves really nice. We get the accessories for different choices, so you can display him in multiple options. And I know they're a little bit on the pricey side because they are a small third-party company. But yeah, I think this figure is beautiful, and he is definitely probably a late contender for my personal top 5 pickups of the year. I will be having that video after Christmas. And yeah, I can't say much more about him. Fantastic. He came out and is above and beyond what I was expecting. I figured take a risk with a third-party company, just judging by their promotional images. And yeah, this definitely does it for me. Just a fantastic figure. Eagerly awaiting news for the pre-order for Autumn or Donatello. And I guess there's going to be a not Master Splinter. And I think I want to pick all these figures up. There's some debate whether Crocker is the same toy company, because he was Furay and this is Fury. But I think he would go good too. So I'm looking into maybe picking up a Crocker as well. Yeah, so hoping. I know I heard from somewhere, I forget recently, that the Autumn went up for pre-order on a site I'm not familiar with. So hopefully 5K Toys, which is where I got him from, has pre-orders up soon. And I didn't miss out because they're not coming to 5K Toys. I don't know that, but I'm hoping that's not the case. I was really nervous about that. With that being said, drop me a comment and tell me what you think about this guy. And hope everybody is having a great holiday season. And I will catch you soon right here on the Thwip side. Thanks for watching, and later.